Hi Cancer, welcome to your Q1 tarot reading with me, Raphael. I just want to say a massive thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for continuing to be part of the Reydiant Nation, my LUNAR brothers and sisters. So let's get into it. I did say I was bringing you new and different stuff and switching some things up. So this is one of them. I hope you enjoy. It is slightly late. The from here on in they will be earlier. But before we start, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So, big yawn, nice little energy shift there. All right, so the first, I'm gonna shuffle these so that they're ready to go and we can just get straight into it. And I always like to make sure that I am shuffle my decks immediately so that you can see, there's no stacked decks here, darling. Anywho, for your triplet, all right, let's see, what does this quarter have in store for you? You've got the Seven of Swords, you've got the Page of Wands. Oh, beautiful. All right, so if you've been with me long enough, you know Seven of Swords, my least favourite card. Everybody knows this at this point because I was rant and rave about it. Now, what I love about this is because it shows up with the Page of Wands and the Queen of Cups, this is about you dispelling whatever myths you've had about yourself, right? Wherever it is that your mind chatter, that your history, that your past, I don't care what it is or who it is or whatever. This is you dispelling the myth, and you're doing this because over the course of this next 3 months, there's going to be a resounding message that makes itself known. Now, here's where this gets really interesting for me. I don't care whether you're a man or you're a woman, and I say this to everybody, right? I don't get into all of the political stuff because, quite frankly, I can't really fucking be arsed with it. It's just such a waste of time and energy. Whether you're a man or a woman, it took a man and a woman to create you, which means if you're a man, you have feminine energy, and traits, right? Even some of the straightest guys I know have some of the most feminine traits, and I'm like, dude, like, really? And vice versa, right? I know women who know how to literally take a car apart and put the whole thing together again, right? Versus I know, some guys who are more nurturing than their wives. My point is, it doesn't matter what you are or how you identify or whatever the fucking politics and terms are. I really don't care, to be honest with you. Just live your life and be a decent human being. What I'm talking about here is the Queen of Cups literally represents the sign of Cancer. So whether you're a man or you're a woman watching this, you show up in your reading and a part of this. The reason this is important is because the Page of Wands as a resounding message, right? An important message, an important intrinsic fundamental truth about who you are and what your nature is in life, in the world, whatever the case might be. Like, literally, you're going to dispel a myth by understanding a resounding message over this next quarter, or should I say over this first quarter of the year. The reason I love this so much is because it's like you're finally going to see yourself in a really clear way and in a way that is loving and kind, right? So I'm here for it, especially because I've got a Cancer moon. Right, so for January, you've got the World card. So you come straight into the year with a complete understanding of where you want to be. You might not have all of the steps yet, right? That's not what I'm saying. You may just be at the foot of the journey and you're like, okay, I don't know how I'm going to get there, but I know exactly where I'm headed. That clarity of purpose is going to carry you far over the course of this first quarter. And what I can tell you about the World card that I absolutely love about this, especially because there's one Cancer who's watching this right now who is just crazy, like, because we've been talking about the nature of community and what it means to have people, even if you don't live close to them or whatever. Community connections, collaborations. This is really what's going to seal the deal for you, and it's also what's going to be a part of that feedback loop for you to, to get you to understand whatever this resounding message is. For February, okay, I see you. All right, we got the Sun card. Light, heat, blessings, joy. Look how it falls right underneath the Page of Wands. February is going to be a stellar month for you. And I think a big part of the reason for that is because there's a great sense of illumination that just absolutely opens up for you. It's like you just feel this like moment of light or clarity around yourself where you're like, fuck, this is me. Like, this is my whole nature. This is like the essence of who I am. And that is good, right? Like, it's, I love this, and it's blessings, right? And the fact that the Seven of Swords is surrounded by so many other awesome and powerful cards, for me, speaks volumes, because it means that whatever that broken script or story that you've told yourself for years, that you bought into, that you allowed somebody else to shove down your throat, or whatever the case might be, it's like the sun comes in and just says, like, fuck that, we're not having that anymore. That is not the nature of who we are. This is the nature of who we are. I love it. Now, as we come into March, as we already know, March is a packed astrological month, but what I am going to say to you, what I really want you to focus on, you've got your community, you've got your backing, right? You've got your light messages, you've got your elevation and vibration and all of that. It's not to say that you're going to be on your own in March. What it says is that actually you have to put your nose to the grindstone in March. While everybody else is doing that headless chicken dance that they're going to be doing, because March is going to be off the chain, trust me, it's going to be massive. While everybody else is doing that, your focus needs to be, what is my light, right? The light of, it's actually the light of the star that's in the Hermit's lantern. But even still, we'll take it, because what is the star? It's a sun, right? What is the sun, or what is a sun? A sun is a star. So we're going to take it, right? March, you need to be focused on, what is my light? What are the gifts that I bring to the world? What is my knowledge? What is my wisdom? And how do I start sharing that in a bigger way? How do I start putting this out into the world? You don't wait. You don't sleep on it. You don't say, oh, well, there's a lot of retrograde energy, so I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. You get on with it. All right? You put your nose to the grindstone. You start thinking about how you can show up and be of service to the world in some way, shape or form. Sorry, that sounds like really pushy there, but it's a powerful message that you need to hear, I feel, at this moment in time. Okay, so in terms of your life sectors, for your actions and options, you've got the Eight of Wands, right? So it's going to be a busy old time. This next 3 months, when they say like make hay while the sun shines and all of that kind of stuff, this is the time. January through March is going to be very busy. I am advising everybody, even though we're having that slower start to the year, because we've got that retrograde energy of Mars, we've got the retrograde energy of Jupiter, that doesn't mean that you do nothing. It just means that you work at a very clear pace, because this next 3 months is going to be quite busy for you. There's going to be a lot of information flowing backwards and forwards, and there's going to be a lot of information for you to compile. The options that are available to you is to hash it out, to talk it out, right? Don't just exist in your head, or Cancer, don't just exist in your feelings. Talk to people, right? Get out of yourself and connect with others so that you can use, the outside world as a sounding board. For your communications and conversations, you've got the Moon card. I won't say that someone's actively trying to deceive you, but what I will say is, certainly in terms of your intellectual property, it's possible that someone might try to, that is an active deceit, isn't it? If someone's actively trying to steal your work, it is an active deceit. Just watch out for some of the people that you're working with, especially ones that you don't know. I'm talking about sort of new people that are coming in, or because the Moon with the Seven of Swords on a practical level is theft that happens at night. And because we're talking here about communications and conversations, etc., there's a lot of deep conversation that's happening. I love that part of it. There's a lot of real sort of exploration that's happening that's helping you see yourself in a completely different light. I just want you to be a little bit extra careful around new people that you're sharing your ideas, etc. with. When it comes to those of you that are studying, it might be like if you're working in a group on a group project, keep your piece of it as private as possible, or if you're working on like your dissertation or like some big project, etc., that's worth quite a lot of marks, don't show it to anybody if they ask to see it. This is not the time, because someone is very likely to try to rip your idea off. I know exactly how this is going to show up for me, and it's so crazy because, like, as I'm recording this, it's the 10th of January, and this morning when I went out for my so every day I go out for a walk for at least like 45 to 65 minutes, exercise, fresh air, sunlight, well, whatever sunlight we have here in the UK at the moment, and also for inspiration. You know, I find that some of my best ideas come from that. But this moon card, for those of you that are, oh my gosh, yeah, anyway, I know how this is going to show up for me. If you're employed by somebody else, same kind of thing, especially if an internal position opens up over the next 3 months. Just be careful, because the competition will be very steep. When it comes to those of you that are business owners, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, people that work for themselves, the moon card represents the past. And because of the triplets and everything that's come up, the one thing that I want you to be aware of here is going backward over something, probably not the best way to go. So as an example for me, I'm going to be re-offering my tarot course, right? All of that kind of stuff is favored, but it's not favored to like, well, I've always done it this way, so I'm just going to keep doing it this way. You're going to have to find new ways of doing everything. Don't kid yourself or lie to yourself believing that it can all stay the same, because it really can't. This isn't that year, and next year certainly isn't. When it comes to those of you that are retired and no longer working, watch out for people tugging on the heartstrings to get what they want. There's the star. Ooh, baby. For those of you that are partnered, married, or in a long-term commitment, this is really wonderful hope for the future in, around, or on your relationship. And because it shows up with the moon card here, I'm going to add this. And I know I'm probably going to get a whole bunch of shit for it, because, you know, there's always people that are like, yeah, I can't believe you just said that. Yeah. But I'm just going to call it out. I want you to watch out for people that meddle in your relationship on a spiritual level. All right, straight up. If when I said that, you had an image pop into your mind of a specific person or something along those lines, yes, that's who I'm talking about, right? I'm going to say no more on that front. Outside of that, the relationship looks lovely. What I like about it is it's like you're getting back to being friends in the relationship as opposed to just being lovers. For those of you that are single, this is the time. Brush up that profile, honey. You better get yourself out there, because there are prospects for you to be out here dating, right? Also, be open to your friendship group suggestions. You know, if they say like, I've got a friend for you, I think you'd really love them, like, go for it. What's the worst that could happen? That you look at them, you meet them, and you think, you know, not for me. For your money and materials, you've got the Hermit card. So I'm just going to tell you straight up, the money that you require and desire is there for you, but it is going to require work. All right, there's no getting around it. And because you've got the star card in the partnership sector, it means, right, the light inside the Hermit's thingy is the star. It means that collaborations, connections, and partnerships is how you're going to make your money this quarter. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, also wanted to mention, don't forget you can get a personal tarot video recorded for you by me. Imagine your own personal YouTube video. That's what I'm talking about. Link in the description box below. For your physical health and vitality, your food, your digestion, what you're eating, how you're eating it, your diet, and also the habits, practices, and routines that you have on a daily basis are where your focus need to be at this moment in time. And because it's the Hermit card, you are being asked, and you know, certainly for those of you that are 30 plus, this is the time where you need to start thinking about what age-related considerations you need to have around your health at this time or from this time onward. Finally, when it comes to your home and environment, it's a little bit of a lonelier vibe for this next 3 months, but I actually think this is what you need so that you can focus on these big things that are unfolding for you. So from your Human Design Oracle deck, you have the Gate 55 in abundance. You better get the fuck in. Okay, we love it, right? Listen, Cancer's coming into play hot this year. I love it. I love it. I love it. The message behind this card is, yes, the abundance is absolutely available to you, but it requires you to have a really strong sense of faith, partially in yourself and also in the universe, to bring you what and who you need at any given moment. With that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Take care, and I'll see you soon.